Evening, everyone. We're live, and it's breaking news with Stan Morris reporting. We're downtown Jonesboro, where we have been receiving reports that there has been a shooting incident, and got to tell you, I haven't seen this many ambulances just pulling up to the scene. So I'm hoping right now that that's a lot of precautionary. So we're going to be walking through here as this is happening. We're going to be talking to people as this is happening. I was told this happened at Don Jose. I don't know exactly what yet this is, but as we talk to some people as we're coming through here, we hope to find out. Hey everybody, it's Stan Morris from NEA Report. Any of y'all here whenever what happened?
No, but get that camera out.
Okay, well we can't, it's public domain, so I'm not going to give camera out of your face. You can stop with that. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Are y'all all okay? Like,
Yeah, we good. I just don't want to
hear anything?
I ain't seen that.
Okay. Was that a gunshot?
Nah, that was the hit and run.
Oh, from this person?
Did
they just? No, we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, you said you were in there. I mean, I won't put the camera on you if you don't want me to. Okay. All right. Let's try not to do our best if we can not to cuss. Hey, tell me what happened.
I can't.
What'd you hear?
Man, I was just chilling, bro. And look, you know, look, turn. I heard some gunshot. Next thing I know, look, I follow my wheelchair, man. You know I'm paralyzed. I follow my wheelchair, look. I was shocked. I thought I got shot, but I know I ain't getting shot.
You heard some gunshots, though. Like, how many did you hear?
Like 35.
35.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here,
So how long did it take for the police to show up? What do you know that happened there?
I don't even know. I wouldn't even really.
Look,
I ain't from down here, so look. I mean, look, it's sad and stuff. Like, I don't really care about this, man.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Shit is every day, man.
Okay. Well, tell you what, man. I hope you're okay, right? You ain't been shot or nothing like that.
Man, I have been shot. I just said I'm paralyzed, but I got shot in the back.
You've been shot before.
Yeah.
So when you're hearing that, is that that's like the scariest thing ever to be hearing again, right?
Yeah, bro.
Man, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I really am. Man,
you don't know, bro.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep going down here and see what we can find out. You know, good luck with stuff. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Did you see anything in there? Hear anything?
I ain't hearing that.
Okay. All right. You know, we're just going around as we're doing this here, and we're trying to find out what exactly has happened. Evidently, we just watched a hit and run happen over here. Not a hit and run, an accident. That's what they were calling it. Hey, do any of y'all have any idea what happened?
Huh?
Do any of y'all know what happened?
I'm not getting on the news.
Can y'all tell me off of it? Like, I'll put the camera away or whatever.
We're recording right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm aiming it away from you.
You weren't even here. So why you here?
Were you here?
Do I care? Who was it? Why you recording?
I'm a news reporter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody else has seen the news. Yesterday, they ain't seen the news. That shit bogus as hell.
And then you gonna point the camera this way.
No, we do actually. This is public domain. We have the right to be here and aim at people.
They don't want to
I got you. I'm not aiming it at them. But they can.
Can one of y'all get the I don't care. I don't care. We all politely told him we don't want to be on camera. I don't give a fuck.
And it's not aimed at you. You had some people acting ignorant. But anyway. may get to see a disorderly conduct arrest here if she keeps her act up. So we're here live downtown in Jonesboro. It's Stan Morris reporting, and what we're being told that's happened by law enforcement sources is that there's been a shooting that's happened. We were told it happened at Don Jose. Right now we have all different types of responders on the scene. You know, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I think we're watching an arrest take place downtown. This is not really why we're here. I don't really know if she has anything. She may have just been drunk and run into something. No idea. Like, right, we're here for something much bigger and much more serious. I'm not watching the comments right now. I'm watching what's going on because I'm seeing people with semi-automatic rifles and tactical vests. Of course, I don't have any. I've got a bright shirt, so that's nice. Tell you what, I want to see if we can get over here and talk to our friend Stacy Vandergriff from the Jonesboro side. Hey, how are you? Sorry about the shaky camera view, everyone. Do you have any idea what happened?
I showed up after maybe second car that came down here.
Yeah.
I just heard somebody was shot. I'm not
That's
sure
what I heard too. Yeah.
how many or if it was fatal.
Yeah, I don't know either. I saw more ambulances coming in than I've seen in a.
Yeah.
So you know.
Because I had a person on the ground here on Main and then over between these two buildings, kind of closer to Union.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure their condition.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on now. Let's just take a look here as we can show you there's crime scene tape. Tensions are pretty high around here, right? And I get that. And that's why that, like, as that chick's going crazy, I'm trying to just let her chill out and get out of the way and not really say much back. There's crime scene tape here that's kind of marked off downtown Jonesboro from Main Street. There's also an area of Union that's marked off as well by police cruisers, and so what we're seeing here on the scene are armed officers that many of which have rifles and such, and tactical vests out. Arkansas State Police, Craighead County Sheriff's Department, the Jonesboro Police Department, they're all here just like within distance. If you hear this crying, wailing noise in the background, there's a girl that's drunk that's back here or something. I don't know. Anyway, she's about to take a ride, it seems like, but that's the only reason that might be related to this is just because it seems like her tension was kind of high and she was trying to figure out, you know, exactly what was going down when she seemed to have a bit of a situation that took place that was not good. That may be given credit. I don't know. So if you're just joining us, we're here live downtown Jonesboro, trying to figure out exactly what's happened. Let's look at some of the comments as things have calmed down just a little bit. I'm seeing crime scene folks go in. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of sitting around outside, you know, just kind of watching and stuff. One guy waved over there. There goes JPD. They're fixing to take her away. That was just kind of a coincidental thing to walk up on. I heard that and I thought that was a gunshot. I literally thought we heard a gunshot when we walked up, and then it was an accident. I don't understand the people's deal with being filmed, but it doesn't matter. So let's look at some of the comments here. We don't know what's happened exactly, except that there's been a shooting. And when we got here on the scene, there were a number of ambulances. I'm also getting some text messages that's coming through here too. From what we can tell, or what we were told, something happened at Don Jose. I'm looking at the questions. I wish I could read that. I can't read that right now. Sorry, folks. We're looking through the comments here, trying to figure out. I've seen some people kind of saying some stuff, and I'm not, sure what's going on here at the scene right now as we speak. And there's not really a whole lot of area to move around here because there's crime scene tape pretty much centering, cutting off downtown Jonesboro from civilians. So let's just kind of recap here. There's a shooting that's happened in downtown Jonesboro. I just saw a comment that popped up about from Jewel. Be careful with that, unless you're sure of that. That's creating a public panic, and unless it's a real situation, in which case, good grief, here we go. Downtown Jonesboro, we were told that there was some type of shooting that happened at Don Jose. The story that we got was that multiple people were shot. As we arrived down here, police from at least 3 different agencies had downtown kind of like cut off, not just from Main Street but from Union, and this is right around like Washington or Huntington and Union, if you're trying to map it out, right? Say it's cut off past Monroe. Trying to keep an ear and an eye on people because you're hearing people react, right? And this seems to have happened as a lot of people were kind of right in the middle of the party or whatnot. And so as we got to the scene here, we hear like a bang. Turns out it was a woman crashed into a car over here. She's getting a field sobriety test performed on her right now, and we're leaving that off camera for a reason, right? What we're looking at right now is, I think, the building that, at least from my information that I was provided, is where something like this happened. I was told, and that makes sense with the crime scene tape, it's kind of circling off right around the Don Jose building. People didn't seem to know what happened. Some people seemed annoyed that I asked that, but right, like that's what's going to happen. People are going to ask that. By the way, you don't have a right to not be filmed in public. I don't know where that comes from, but if you're in public, the best you can do is cover your face up. So, just putting that out there. So in kind of review, all we know is that there's been a shooting that's happened in downtown Jonesboro. I've seen at least 3 or 4 ambulances just as I was moving in down Matthews, right? And beyond that, I don't really know what happened. I know I have a few police sources that would be out here that I could speak to, but I'm looking for them right now, and I'm actually having difficulty finding them. But bottom line is they're trying to piece together exactly what happened out here too. And it's probably more important for them to do their work right now without me getting in the way. So I'm trying to let them naturally come over to me when they're ready, right? Because I'm a pretty big guy and I'm in a neon yellow shirt. I haven't shown y'all, but they know I'm here. So we'll talk to them and get more information as soon as we can. We're going to bring it to you. In the meantime, we're showing you Don Jose in downtown Jonesboro, where we received a short time ago information that there had been a shooting. I received an information, a text message that I got told me that there had been a fatality, but that's not confirmed. That was from somebody that had a daughter there. I did receive information from a source that was a bit more reliable that there was several shot, and so I would feel comfortable confirming that. But, 1 a.m. on a Sunday morning is going to be very difficult to get a lot of information. So, oh, we're hearing the police dogs. So the field sobriety test didn't go very well, unfortunately, for the young lady over here. She is getting her rights read to her right now, and she's being taken to jail. We're leaving her off the camera because this is not why we're here. You can also hear one of the trains come through right now. This is a town that's kind of built on the train tracks. So let me go back down here for a second. Hello. My friend Stacy Vandegrift, former co-worker, is here with us. Probably the hardest working person in news. She's with the Jonesboro Sun, and we do love them. So right now, Stacy and I know about the same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Just there's been a shooting.
Yeah.
She's able to kind of work with her phone a little bit more than I am. So I was hoping that maybe you might have heard something.
I have not heard a word so far. But my car is right over there, so I can't go anywhere.
Oh, I see. Were you downtown?
Well, I was headed downtown and saw two cars come this way, turn.
So you were so close that you accidentally parked in the crime scene, too?
Close. Well, I'm right outside it.
Oh, I see.
But that
okay.
cruiser's blocking me. So,
Wow.
but I just saw a whole crowd of people running, scattering, kind of going that way.
Yeah.
And there was another group on Union, so.
And now I think I've been told by a police source that this happened at Don Jose. Have you gotten that information?
The basement, it's not Don Jose anymore.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
So that's what it would be, the basement.
Possibly. 'Cause you can like rent it for parties, so
see.
I could sort of see it happening.
And that
I'm not
would
sure.
that would go along with something I had been told, which was that there had been a party that had
Might have been
taken place.
It would make sense.
I got an information, a text message, an anonymous tip from somebody that had a mother out there, that had a child there, excuse me, a mother that had a child there. Sorry, I'm looking and thinking three different things. And she told me that there was a party, that's where a shooting had taken place. And of course, you know, we're dealing with news as it happens, so all we have are accounts from people and nothing confirmed right now. But that would kind of coalesce with what you're saying, or what you're telling me. This place, the basement's kind of a party place or a party rental place. I admit I don't know that. You know,
I've never been in there either.
so. Okay. But it would seem that this could have been, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what. But this could have been a shooting at a party that took place, and we don't know exactly how many people, but we have been told by a source that multiple were shot. I'm going to look through the comments here. That usually means I'm quiet for a second, so hang tight. And we can move around a little bit more. Unfortunately, that accident that happened over there happened right in the way of where I was trying to walk. So it was kind of a bit of an inconvenience there to not film in that direction, but we did that in you know, an attempt for respect, because that's not really why we're here to live stream that situation. Authorities are over there. I don't really want to approach right now. They are in more of a discussion and investigation mode right now. I did get flashed just now, so I'll maybe come over this way and talk to somebody. Somebody flashlighted me. They're good signals. Hello. You wouldn't be able to talk to me for a second, would you? I understand.
No, not right now.
Okay.
I'd have to get you either a public information officer or one of the detectives.
Sure.
I'd like to visit with you.
Okay, I understand. Have you seen by chance any detectives around here that I might be able to talk to, or I don't want to get in the way of any?
They're all over the place, but as of right now, yeah, they're all kind of finding some evidence, talking to folks.
Okay, all right.
So we got more on the way, so hopefully somebody here shortly can visit with you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your work. Appreciate you. You know, this is an active crime scene right now, so we're not going to be able to get a whole lot of information. and that was pretty courteous, right? Like actually, but what we know is that right now there's been a shooting in downtown Jonesboro. We're kind of giving you a view around of the place, of where we're standing at. We would be in front of a bunch of the attorney's offices, kind of in one of the parking lots that's right before the basement, which is where our sources have indicated that this took place. From what we were told, there was a party that happened, and somebody began to hear gunfire, and that's when everybody just began to pour out. We were told that there was several shot. We've not confirmed that. We've not confirmed anything right now with police. Right now, what we're operating on are... Oh, you're to your car. I thought you were taking photos over here or something. Well, the only thing we've confirmed with police, obviously, is that there's a crime scene that they're working right now, and detectives are on the way, and more detectives are on the way. Some are already here. When you have kind of a situation where you have Arkansas State Police, the Sheriff's Department, and they're all out here with the long rifles, it generally means it's a situation where something's happened. Just checking a message there. Appreciate that. Person that sent totally knows who that is. Yeah, I can't see the comments right now. I'm not paying attention to any of them, to be honest. So what we know right now is that just that this shooting's taken place, right? And with multiple departments on the scene with their long rifles and body armor, that there could still be a suspect out here. There's officers looking around and talking. Nobody saw anything, right? Like I was getting that treatment earlier when I walked by a bunch of people. Some people decided they didn't want to be on camera. I will do my best to aim the camera away, but you know, it's public, so it's too bad. I'm sorry, but that's literally, if this is a breaking news situation, and there are, right now I'm looking at over 1,000 people that are watching. So we're trying to get information out there to folks, and hopefully bring them news just about what's happened, and if anything else is transpiring, maybe when the situation's safe. Our downtown district is blocked off right now. Nobody's able to really get in or out. I guess you could get out if you're... I mean, there's some houses, right? There's some apartments, there's some lofts that are in here. I'm just wondering what those folks heard, because I would assume, especially when you live in the area, people have to just be terrified when they start hearing multiple gunshots. And that's the report that we've got tonight. But that's all we know right now. So, not able to talk to me, are you? I understand. Appreciate you. Detectives are looking for some stuff over here, and we're trying to kind of stay out of their way.
Yes, sir.
So I would, in general situations like this, I try to walk a little bit around more to show you what's going on. Maybe get around Don Jose a little bit closer, or the basement, or this street's taped off, so we can't really walk there. Police are letting us pretty close right now, and so that's we're kind of treating that with respect. But police are on Union and on Main Street right now, and the surrounding streets and roadways. They do have body armor on. They do have assault rifles, the long rifles. I know some people take issue with that term for some reason. But police are here on the scene. They're armed to the teeth. And, I guess they're trying to find either exactly what happened, try to find out what happened, or maybe they're still looking for the suspect. We don't know. So. I'm actually seeing, I was telling y'all about some people having trouble getting out. I'm seeing an officer literally escorting people out right now with a long rifle, escorting a couple to their vehicle. Man, what a scene to be at, right? When you're looking at this through the camera, there are moments as a reporter, I'm just speaking from my perspective, to where I lose touch with this. I forget that I'm actually here too, and something you look around and you realize, wow, this is a little bit scary, especially for people that have never been, you know, at a crime scene before. I'm sure I see some younger people. We don't know what's going on as far as fatalities. We did get a report that there had been one. That was from somebody that had a relative inside, but we have not confirmed that with any source. We as far as government officials go. Obviously, with tensions very high and family members, I mean, our thoughts are with anybody that may have been affected by this. We don't have names right now. We will probably not, maybe not until Monday. Maybe, you know, we may get them sometime later Sunday, but this is early Sunday morning as this has kind of begun to unfold and take place. And officers are on the scene here in both marked and unmarked vehicles. You know, this is not a sight you see very often. A police officer telling a vehicle to head that way down Main Street. Main Street's a one-way street if you're not familiar with Jonesboro, in this particular section at least. And in this stretch, this downtown stretch or downtown district, we do have a lot of businesses. And what we're told is, here at this one in particular, the basement, what we're told is there was some type of party that was happening. Suddenly people began to hear gunshots. One witness told me, although he, you know, I don't know, I can't verify this, and he did sound like, I think he actually said he had had some stuff tonight, party fun. But what we were told was that there was 35. Now, I mean, who could count exactly 35? But, you know, if you're talking about, if you heard more than 10, if you heard more than 15, 20 pop, you know, it does stick with you. So, you know, that was one of the accounts. We were told multiple people were shot. Man, this is just, you think about that, a party like in a real crowded atmosphere, somebody starts shooting that much, yeah, multiple people probably would be. And that's you know, that's just a scary situation. So thinking about everybody that might have gotten involved. There's no security. Somebody just asked about security. There's not like metal detectors. Excuse me. There's not, you know, like the that I've seen anyway. There may be now, right? But there generally have not been. This is not something that, as far as I can recall, that's happened. I'm trying to look at the comments here to see what I can like address, but there's not a lot of answers I have. Friend from the Jonesboro Sun's leaving the scene right now. We appreciate her kind of stopping and talking to us for a second. We appreciate the Sun for their fine reporting in this area. Those of you just joining us, we're in downtown Jonesboro tonight, where a scene has unfolded of a shooting that may be fatal in nature. We're told by a relative of somebody that was inside that someone was shot and killed. We're told that at least multiple people have been shot, and we were told as many as 6. Officers are on the scene right now with body armor, with rifles, both clothed, plainclothed. State Police, Craighead County Sheriff's Department, Jonesboro Police Department. They're all on the scene right now. I just see Channel 8 is here, as a matter of fact, as well. So just got a comment there from Abby. We can see it from our apartment, heard the shots. So my question to you is, if you're still with us, hope you are. By the way, thank you very much for the comment. And I hope that you guys are okay. How many did you hear? And were they all at once? Was it all in sequence? What, you know, to kind of describe that, was it over a prolonged period? Did it sound like it might have been exchange fire? So we're going to hopefully get an answer on that. I'm very interested. This is in Jonesboro. We don't know if there's been anyone apprehended right now. You're hearing the sound of a train coming through, by the way. Downtown Jonesboro, especially the part we're at, is elevated, and a train track line runs through underneath the bridge from Main Street, just down the road a little bit from here. So you see officers shining their lights up at the Saga Communications out of Michigan building here, the Triple FM building, as many would know it. They're shining their lights at the windows, just wondering if they think maybe a suspect might be in there. That building is situated right behind the building that we're told that this incident took place in. Tell you what, I'm going to set the camera down for a second and see if I can talk to some officers, because I may get some information off the record, right? That's why I'm going to keep them off the camera. See what I can find out. This doesn't always work, folks, but we're trying out new things here. Sorry about that. Okay, everyone, back here. I did not get any or much information confirmed, but as we're here, the coroner has pulled up, so now we can confirm there's been a fatality. When the coroner pulls up, and that's the Emerson van that we're looking at right there, that means there has been a fatality. And right now, I'm hopeful that means a fatality and not more than one. We saw multiple ambulances heading to look like probably St. Bernard's Medical Center, and maybe also in the direction of NEA. I would guess since we're so close to St. Bernard's, most of the people are going to go there. But I mean, it also may depend on how many victims we're dealing with here. We heard one report that said 6 people shot. Here's what I can tell you. I was just told a moment ago, as I stepped away, that this is probably the safest place in Craighead County. I was also told, being a large man in a bright shirt that I'm in right now, that I'm probably safe. Those are questions I ask because they have a meaning behind them. Any officer can tell me that, but it also tells me as a a deductive reasoner that this scene is under control and they may not be looking for someone. They may have who they feel did this in custody. So, you know, that's speculation, as everything is right now, but I do like hearing the fact that officers feel like that this scene is safe. I'm going to move around here, try to get in front of this light so I'm not aiming the camera right there, but you see the Emerson ambulance. I'm sorry, not the Emerson ambulance, the Emerson coroner van backing up there. Emerson also has an ambulance service here in town. You see the coroner van backing up there to what would be the basement, the back of the basement, which is formerly Don Jose, downtown Jonesboro. It sits on Main Street. It's behind the Triple FM building, which is on Union. Union also was blocked off. I think it still is right around there. You know, this is not an area of extraordinary travel at this time of night, but a lot of people were here when this happened. And so a lot of people had a hard time getting out, right? Or getting out of here. Wouldn't if we could, but just give you a heads up, we won't be able from this angle to see anything as far as them moving a body into the Emerson van. Nor would we want to see something like that. We would always show respect to prevent a thing like that from happening. But they backed that up. It's behind a concrete barrier. We're just kind of showing you what was happening over there. The other direction right now doesn't have a whole lot. It's just Main Street blocked off. A lot of vehicles still there, though. Makes you wonder, you know, are the people that those belong to just stranded or stuck? They're going to get them tomorrow. Not a big priority for police when there's been a shooting downtown. See somebody walking behind the bushes there. He has officers' attention. I don't know. Maybe oh, he's a detective. Okay. You never know. 1.1 thousand watching. You know, I know I can't moderate this many comments. Somebody messaged me earlier about the comments. I haven't even seen them. No chance I'm even watching them when I'm at a scene like this. I'm, you know, trying to be aware of my surroundings. Especially since I had somebody screaming at me when I first got here. If you go back to the live video, that's going to be a delight. But anyway, this situation, we don't know if somebody's been notified next of kin wise, so you may not want to be putting those names in there, but that said, I can't go back at this moment, at this point in time, and take those out or catch them all. So I would ask that if you can, exercise as much caution or, you know, restraint as possible. Nobody wants to find out about it watching a Facebook Live video. But with that said, a lot of people found out about it before this happened from text, from kids. A concerned parent texted me. That's how I found out about it, and I had no idea something had taken place. Started asking her questions about it. She said multiple people shot and one dead. And she said her friend, the friend of her relative, her daughter that was there, had died. So she was very distraught when she was talking to me, and I couldn't really, you know, press her for much more. Gosh, I'm thinking about her right now. She may be watching this, and if you are, I'm thinking of you. You know, you are. But then that's when I started confirming with sources I have in law enforcement that, you know, something was going on. At that point, you know, we're headed to the scene trying to find out more. Once we arrive at the scene, we see a number of ambulances pulling away. When I say number, I mean I may have seen like 6 in a block. That at that point, you're talking about, wow, okay, you know, that's a especially different, just visual. So, you know, we get down here, and then we see Arkansas State Police, along with Craighead County Sheriff's Department, of course, Jonesboro Police Department. The detectives are here. They're unmarked cars. 2 of them you're looking at right there, several more down the way, and a lot of people in their tactical vests and their long rifles. And then we see this giant area that's kind of taped off, crime scene taped off here. And you know, the information that we're getting is that a shooting at a party, from what we're understanding, in the basement took place. We don't know if there's been any arrests, but police did say the scene was safe. Or at least several officers told me it was safe, I should say, you know. You okay? We heard from one person there was at least, you know, double digits in the number of shots that were fired, but that's an unconfirmed, you know, that's just one witness. But they told us that it was, they said 35, but I don't know. We've heard 6 got shot. We don't know if that's correct or not. Those of you just joining us, we're here live in downtown Jonesboro at the scene. It's Stan Morris reporting. Scene of a reported shooting that's taken place with a fatality. I can confirm that there's a fatality, being that the Emerson coroner van is here on the scene right now. As a matter of fact, let me just kind of, for those just joining us, it's right there. We're not going to be able to see anything. Don't worry, I wouldn't do that to you guys. But that shows up when there's a fatality. The hope right now is that the key word there will be A and not multiple. But what we were told is multiple have been shot at the basement. That's situated on Main Street in downtown Jonesboro. Main Street is blocked off right now. Union is also blocked off. In this particular area, a lot of people are not going to be able to get to their cars, their vehicles. So I'm listening to a conversation here. Hang on. He's telling somebody that was at the event that if your property or your phone is down there, I'm guessing inside of the crime scene, it's probably going to be there all night. In other words, they're going to be working this in a very detailed fashion and perhaps for a significant period of time. We're here live on the scene of another shooting in America. It's Stan Morris reporting, NEA Report, downtown Jonesboro. This is in northeast Arkansas. This is a town of, well, it's one of the largest towns. It's the largest town community in this side of the state. It's kind of the metropolitan hub. You could say it serves 70, 80,000 people, but that may just be who reside in and around it, because that goes up. So many more people come here to enjoy parties, to enjoy the nightlife, to enjoy what this town has. In downtown Jonesboro, you're getting the hub of that offering, with restaurants and party venues and a pub and just different types of businesses. And tonight, one of those had a mass shooting at it, where we are told that multiple people have been shot and one person has been killed that we know of. We don't know who that is, but we know that because the Emerson coroner van is here on the scene. It's a mass shooting when multiple people in one location are shot, and sadly, we seem to know that that's taken place. You know, I can just tell you, I go through most of the reports that happen in this county. And several months back, there was a report, I believe, of an incident at another club, another venue, and I can't remember specifically, so I won't say the name. But somebody pulled a gun out and aimed it at a crowd, and an officer stopped him right then. And it's still on NEA reports. You can go back and see that. I read that, and I almost took my breath away. I'm thinking, was it really that close to happening, here? It seems like tonight that we stepped across that line. Downtown Jonesboro is blocked off as officers from at least 3 different departments are canvassing the scene. State police are talking to a couple of young men right there that were probably inside of the party. And folks are just kind of standing around trying to watch and figure out exactly what's going on, that are on the outside. Unless they know, unless they already were inside, in which case they're being quiet and saying they don't know anything. This was at some type of party, from what we're told, at the basement, but not a lot of information is really out there. Channel 8's on the scene. I know that the Jonesboro Sun was also on the scene. We're probably going to see a lot of news agencies covering this before Sunday is over with. I would suspect you may even see it on the national news, and that's not good. That's never good. Generally, that's usually really bad. We don't know what's happened here, except that there's been a fatal shooting and multiple people have been shot. So all we can do is show you the scene at downtown Jonesboro, which is really closed off right now. And we're seeing kind of some crime scene photographers, I think, take pictures over at the basement. Let's walk a little closer here now that we've got a better idea of where this happened. Thank you very much. I appreciate the nice comments. I've only seen one guy say stop the stream. I missed all the other bad comments. But I did ban him because I love that feature. It's so much fun to ban haters, isn't it? Just click a button and they're gone for life. I'd really never do that, but it's just fun to say. All we can do right now is just report what we know. And what we know isn't much, but what we know is bad. And that information is that there's been a shooting in downtown Jonesboro, and multiple people have been shot, and at least one is dead. It makes it a mass shooting when multiple people get shot. When you're talking about 6 people in a club, that's a massive event, if that's what happened. I see the police chief is here. I don't know if he's willing to talk. Any chance you could talk to me now, or?
No.
Okay. That's Chief Rick Elliott. He's now walking into the scene where I guess this took place. The basement. Under Main Street, downtown Jonesboro. The crime scene tape literally does cut off at the basement, it seems like. So.
Sir? Yeah. All right.
Hang tight. Just got a text message, and I want to check it out and see. It's from one of our sources here at the scene. This may give me some more information to report. So if this interrupts the live stream, stay in it, because we're going to come right back with more news. Okay, we're back here. I just want to provide you with as much news as I can right now. What I was just told was, I believe the name, but I'm not releasing that. So I'm leaving that out of there. But here is what I will say. One of the witnesses that was here, that was reportedly inside, said she watched somebody drop to the ground. We're live at the scene of downtown Jonesboro. It's Stan Morris reporting for NEA Report Breaking News, where a shooting's taken place at the basement under Main Street. Multiple people have been shot. At least one person's dead. The coroner van is on the scene right now. We are as well. The local news agencies arrived here too. Jonesboro Sun was actually here before we were. I can't see. I can't tell. Let's zoom in and see if he's waving at me. Maybe no. The police chief literally just walked in to the basement. Yeah, that, okay, so we got a report there in the chat that a helicopter landed at NEA Baptist. That's likely to be related to this. I'm going to try to set this down just so that I can, I mean, just $200, you know. Okay. Hopefully we can set this down and make this a little less shaky for everyone. Yeah, we had the live feed stop for a second as we were trying to verify a little bit of information that was coming through text messages. We don't know a whole lot right now, folks, but what we do know is that there's been a shooting in downtown Jonesboro. Multiple people have been, we were told, shot. That's not confirmed with authorities. All I can confirm is that it's been a fatal shooting because the coroner van is here on the scene. You know, we don't know what the person looks like, because it doesn't matter. Their blood is red and their heart pumps and they're a human being, so it really doesn't matter what color, what creed, what race, what religion, what somebody is. We only know we got victims. That's it. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Forgive me. My bad. Trying to set this camera up here. This is on my camera phone. Got reports coming in that there has been a helicopter that's landed. Oops, sorry. Thank you very much for all the kind comments, folks. We've got some of the nicest people ever that watch this stuff that we do here, the service we try to provide. We don't make everybody happy, but we make most people happy. We don't have any news as to whether or not there's been arrests. No, we do not. We have been told this scene is relatively safe, but we can't really make much more than that out of it. I'm not sure why you'd bring a gun to any party. Okay, we'll recap everything that's going on here. I had a request for that. First of all, it's Stan Morris reporting. We're live in downtown Jonesboro, Arkansas. What's happened that we know of is, and this is coming from sources off the record, we know that there has been a shooting at the basement, which was formerly Don Jose. Police have sealed off Main Street around this area and also Union around this area, although it may be, I can't tell if it's back open yet or not. We know that we have, from several people, we've been told that there were we were told that sorry, the crime scene guy was a jerk and he wanted to point me back because he said my head was underneath the tape, so he gets to be on the stream now. We were told that that there were at least 6 people that were hit. We don't know that, but we do know that the Emerson Ambulance Service is here, and so so what we know is not much, but we're understanding that everything took place in the establishment. This is a party venue, actually, the basement. I couldn't tell you much about the place myself because I've never been there. We've not reported anything other than we know that there's been a fatality at the scene. We don't know if there's been any apprehension yet. We don't. There's not been any confirmation of that. Paul Holmes coming up to us. Hello, sir. Well, it's a late evening for us, I guess, tonight. Can you talk to us for a second?
Sure. I don't have a whole lot of information, but
Let me zoom back out here. All right, so this is Paul Holmes. He's the information specialist with the Jonesboro Police Department. He helps us out a lot, and he, probably one of the most forthcoming departments, really, that I've ever dealt with. So here at the scene where we're understanding that there's been a shooting incident, and we're seeing the ambulance, the Emerson service, so we know there's been a fatality. Beyond that, what can you tell us?
our officers received, our dispatch received a call approximately 12:23. There have been shots fired at this location, which is in 300 block of South Main. Some other agencies also assisted. Right now, we have one person confirmed deceased and as many as 6 others injured. As you can see, it's very early in the investigation.
Sure.
So our detectives are locating evidence, documenting that, and preserving it. And I'm sure there will be a number of interviews that they will want to conduct, as well as this on-scene investigation. Mm-hmm. So this, again, as I say, it's quite early on. So we don't have a whole lot of other information that is available yet. But as the investigation progresses, we'll try to keep the people updated.
Do we consider this scene or this incident or this situation stopped or resolved or at least settled? Do we know that?
Well, as you can see, there's no large crowd of people. There's no disturbance here now. So,
was it believed that it happened or started around a large crowd?
That information I don't have yet.
Okay. Any arrests that you can tell us about?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But as I said, it's still very early on, and the situation, from an investigative standpoint, is still pretty fluid.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I know we got another reporter here, so I'll let you get to her. So just to recap, that's Paul Holmes with Jonesboro Police Department. He's confirmed that there has been one deceased in this incident. We don't know who that is yet. We're seeing names pop up. Unfortunately, a lot of people are posting those, and I can't really get to those right now and moderate them all here on the live stream on my phone. But our thoughts are definitely with whomever was affected by this. We were told there was at least 6 people shot. It happened at the basement on Main Street in Jonesboro. Sometime before 1 a.m. because that's when I started getting the information, but beyond that I don't really know. We were told by other folks that were at the scene that there was some type of party going on, and that's where the shooting took place. And we were told that, I'm just looking at some of the comments here, how in the world does race get brought up in this? Are you for real? We were told it happened at a party. We were told as many as 6 were shot, but or at least 6. We've also been told that there's been some airlifting, some helicopters have been flown in, and they're doing their work. Don't really know yet much more than that, but a fatal shooting where at least 6 people were injured at a party in downtown Jonesboro is a mass shooting. Man. We don't know if there's been any arrests. We don't know a lot right now. We're going to keep following this story all Sunday. Obviously, try to find out more, but police are on the scene right now, still trying to find out exactly what happened themselves. A lot of parents have texted me and told me, or at least a couple have texted me and told me, or sent messages to the page while we were here on the live stream and just talked about it. I seen one message that come through saying that they watched, this could have been the victim, they watched drop to the floor. I was told, or at least the victim that was mortally wounded. People were scrambling out of there. Very tense situation when we arrived. Actually, there was a fender bender right at the beginning of the live stream. On the live stream, the young lady was tested for her sobriety, and she ended up in handcuffs. So that was a bit of a situation. It's weird because it sounded like a gunshot going off right as we got here at the scene. Thankfully it wasn't. The 300 block of Main Street, though, is cut off right now, and so we're going to keep following this situation. I'm seeing some police units kind of move out and start to move around. The alley behind the basement, I know, has been also closed off and is being investigated. You know, if you're familiar with downtown Jonesboro, you know there's a ton of buildings that are just kind of packed really close together, and you know, these buildings here have these small alleyways in between them. Buildings in mostly second, some are third or three-story, and so this one in particular, the old Don Jose, the basement under Main Street, it's next to the Triple FM building, which would be an address on Union. This building would be on Main Street. That's why they had, and potentially still have, I think they do still have Union blocked off over there, because I'm seeing police cruisers going as far as on the parking lot across from where the radio stations are. Folks, this is not what we expected to kind of conclude our Saturday night or begin our Sunday with. A mass shooting in downtown Jonesboro. But we're going to be following this and thinking about everybody that's involved. If you have a story that happened, if you were there, if you want to tell us what happened and you want to talk anonymously, you can send it to the page. Don't forget, you can always call Crime Stoppers at 870-935-STOP. That's 7867, right? And you can also, you know, as we mentioned, call JPD or whatnot. You know, this is just an ongoing situation. We're trying to find out more, but police have done a really amazing job of telling us what's happening out here, and we really appreciate that. You know, Jonesboro Police Department is pretty forthcoming with information. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and conclude the live stream, just because there's not a whole lot much more we can say right now. It's going to be repeating the same thing, you know, over and over. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We did want to hang out until we got that interview, and now that we got it, we're going to put this one in the books. Thanks again, everybody. For NEA Report, I'm Stan Morris reporting live in Jonesboro.